Hey Malay. Destroyer number 56. The interval of A is A. But in that way of the French connection based upon our orchestra, the funding of the amphetamine is a maturity to understand the oblak. Because the oblak is the binaural of knowing how to know the sasam. In a time of a beautiful heart, the way we convince the network of the conscience is the miracle of our man. So in that time, once we can sequel the application to sasan, the majority of war, the griffon of our air hole is a testament of my old best friend, Starfish. So in that way, the timer of the Makassar is that, why do we know that we are not alone in the popopom of the amphetamine? Because in that way, when we do, the signal of the epileptor is the employment degree. Because the employment degree is based upon our own income. Because in that way, if we do, the rework maturity to understand the network is the part-time. Because in that time, chaos will cause, this is flat, chaos. Will cause the maintenance of below. The pointer of the screen is based upon our mouse, right? Because in that time, when we do so, the inclusion of knowing how our brain works to fashion our own envelope. So in that matter of time, when we are doing instrument of no hand tool, I see. Greek Orthodox, I see. Well, in that time of knowing how to isolate the Instagram, of knowing how to piston, couple our own, then in that time when it does, it will formulate into the next empathy of exorcism. When it does, how will we know that the exorcism is the antithesis of our own? So in that way, with both the instrument of the indexa is the tradition of law. So in that way, when we work out the next duplication of the draft code, we will formulate into a antithesis of exorcism in relation to the Pakistan. I just want to say thank you to that lady. Thank you. So in that time, when we work out the data core of the position of the timer, the formula is that the synchronization of the star sun will hurl. Will do something in relation to the simple count. Because in that way, Kaihao, this Motstone, will be continued in relation to Billa Gotong Xisi. So in that way, the Nuncason of our own spaceship will manifest into a Mekala. So in that way, the revision to support a coal hole is antithesis of law. Within law, of law, acting like a career. Oh, really? No. So in that time, acting like a career is antithesis of exorcism to Ipala, Emily Rose. So in that time, and in Emily Rose, the hypocrisy of 3 nuns, is a third picture of exorcism. So in that time, when we do the three nuns, is the tesise of law within our own, you know. So in that time, with the tussle of the non-stick fry pan, oh, first word, first word is ambiguous. So within the three statues at the temple in Springvale, they look the same. I don't know who they are, but yeah. So in that time, once we percolate the exorcism, we can also formulate into acting career. So in that time, our acting career is the sequel of the application form to destroy the exorcism. So how's that rubber duck, or whatever you call it at, you know. So in that time, when you do that, the synthesis of our own assumption is that our school hall is necessary. Finding what we want and finding what we get is a sequel of a plural in relation to our mekong masks, body, tiste. So within that time, when we do that, having a suit, you know, will be measurable now. That's all I can do. Anyway, in life of our own way, in life of our own way, the makale of our own instrument is Piku Kafi Sana. Because the Mandarin. No. See? Because the Mandarin. No. Okay. So in that time, once we have the applause to say, we will say into mousetrapper. So in that time, into mousetrapper, we will formulate into the next dial legacy choco. In that way, when we do the signal of the application, we will apply for the fee of etc, otisi, gotosun, mamang. So within that time, the ability of the lekata is that our mangana will be tesesai, totoson, and nanana. So within that time, once we have the application form by telecom, we will tatasa dotosin atesai. So within telecom, we will penini katasa kualalo. So reviewing the 51 port and 21 saihai is the exercise of knowing that our telephone will work in the next double life. In that matter of time, Kai is the nickname of Ikoso Inina Okoto. The makana of the monkey worm will ikuku into Ele Kushon Asasi, the 31 religion of Akopalo. So within that time, when we do, we will also apply for a talala, tutusun, anana. So in that matter of time, when we have a draft of the code of products, the next confunction of our own Jonka Tupu Kolo is the Pekada. So within that tuple of our is our The approximately amount of dial tune is the Pinkerton of our message bank in relation to our telecom. Because in that time, and in relation to our telecom, the next Bordia will be Katata by Queston. Our own income system will formulate into the next transition in relation to alien creator. Because within that time, the alien creator will pick a knife into Akalaka. See? So within that time, Ebony of Akalolo and Tishisis is the Tankana. Within our type of soul, within our time, we will epilate the next Garia in relation to Kalei Pata Kusun. So within our own time, when we know how to do the Kakushishe of the Kashishashong, the majority of our own exporting degree will be ekase in relation to So within that time, the mechanism of the VK Kolo Kisei is the Pankasan of Erdina. So within that manner of time, oh, this is nice. So within that matter of time, when we apply for 30 degree, 26, 41, 30 degree, 36 on Nanana, is the exorcism in relation to Metisi Kotalekapa Sa Niga no. So na kushishon of the nuns is the pakale. Mankati choku ni halata sika to ti sika sako no. Desase ko le ko sinka sita na. So in something like that, the no, not the time, sorry. In something like that, the secrecy of knowing how the dialogue of our own VE Koko Oro is the basis of law. So within that time, when we can apply for a 13 degree, 26 degree, 41 parallel of 3 degree and 9 degree of Pyrenees, and 31 and 26 degree of BCC, and 1 degree of Thurlow, and 81 of Petisa. The dial tune will implement in the Kakata Kololo. So in that time, the 3 Kuala. Oops, what's this? Oh. So within that time, yeah, the 3, yep. So in that way and in that time, this say of Ipe Koshon Ininine will be illegal tokursi. Because in illegal, first word is the antithesis of Emene Kolosho Dasasa. The majority of our own Akasha is our indepapasai of our independable Kosesasai by Polo Katsa. So in that way, Pauline, the Pakaden Kandakrisi, Onono, and Ishishai is the Makisesasang of the Bolo. Within that amount of time, we can also apply for 31, 26, 45, Betsu Atesa Kotoshon of Sanung Sapong Tabak. So Fong. No. So within that time, we can also apply for 1638, 1634, and 1625, and 1638, and 1651, and 1624, and 1658, and 1631, and 1618 is Abedishukutisinakananam of Eminanakal. So in that time, within our own soul, the Merna. So within that time, once we see Kuno into the next Apla Koto Kise is the Titsis. Within our time, the Nama is the Tego. So within Bolo no is a iron shift in relation to how to, whatever you call it. So within that time, once we have the efficacy of Eldono, we will make a cotton sasa. Within the next degree of our own parachute, of our own things, we will meche kasan ananana by the Bekasisi of below. In that time and in this time, the Beke Golo Etese is the Tesin Anna question. So within that time, once we apply for 13, 21, 56, 48, 21, 34, Sasan of Sin Golo is the frequency of fuck buddies. Strange. So within that time, when we apply for the next 36 degree, 21 parallel of the parachute. Next time, Lichtung. So based upon our park rangers, or whatever you call it, selling car cost price, low cost, high price is just a, whatever. It's hard to see because whatever we see, it's hard to see because formulating into the next tupulong of the tripod is our own epicacy of our own ecstasy. Existingly autoshashon, mikodutetsai ananana. But in that matter of time, once we have the epicacy of Dotosho, of the Greek Orthodox, we will formulate into the Bekensasan of Elelele. The funding of the Ikeson of our own Telebele is that in Greece. Do you know that you never know how I will be with you? So in that time, in the long of land, our own Pesa is our no goal. The Pekase of our own Palale is our own Pekasan of law, to and from the reworking order of a Megason. Test system cargo. Our own time, we need to know our own ordering system of the next formation. Within the next formation, our illusion of a mangana is that our peta keko gedisinkana miguno kolota san. So agree. So within that time, once we know how to isoton is our own pigana. Our Instagram is based upon our picanton of blog and the business. Within our radiation, next time. So within our time, we will apply for the next applicable degree of Toto Koshin Kana. So Telechun Ibi Kazakana. First of all, Bini Kadis Katan. Binindangana Bono Kana Karkasasai. Titsina Katosho, Mindingana Kana. Dalalakasa, Dodichinetisisasai. Batisandakong, Dinsisandangokado. Mingnagrakasata, Delicatesasa. Bishashong, Gadinin Katana, Minaninikatanata. Belalala, Kotashong, Jualangang, Tuna. Bitisase, Kono Katalasa. Delicatasasan, Kono Katasasa. Nini, Ono Katasasa. Dutong, Grid signal transisse, period table funds, element pakaraso of epicese. The Greek Orthodox is based upon the epicasa of where to ho. So within the tisese of menene, the lukurson ikisese. The transon of the picason of the equation of the isolation of alcohol is the tisese. The next dial up is based upon apokolon of ekekere. Within our own ehe koshon of our own mousetrapper is based upon the degree of pompo karse kana. Within that matter of time, once we apply for 56, 21, 48, wawawa is wang, is bitsto of wang. So within that time, once we have the next epicacy, we will formulate into the next fititsi. The only time we can have the kundakonsan, we can also picase kalangansan. Sustained suitable degree. Within that degree, sustained suitable degree is our own ompakusan. Within that time, once we have any kind of degree in relation to a function of tepe, tesa, is decision of the reaper, in relation to Pekkatsai. The formulation in relation to the next Ripa is also the application form by Tripartite Tripon. The degree of the next formula we will formulate into Akata. Within that matter of time, when we apply for 32 Ekese and Tokoro, is that our own instruct kasa is our suitable degree. Once we can apply for 31, 26, 48 and 39, we will conform into the conjunction of PCC. I was looking for Dr. T. Yes. So within that matter of time, once we can apply for 31 degree, our own APKC is Tetekasan. The in time, off time, and in time, off time is the Tesase of Bele Koshon Kanana. The Ripa will be Kakatse Koto Katsasase, and the Manganai of Bele Koshon Kasan. The Topele of the Dao tune will be Tatiksi, Katasana, and Kokushon. The next Ekele Konotosho Ekanana is the Bikatan Tala Kosho. Our own time we will Eke Kolo Kasa and Intan Kase Ana. The next Bitasay is our own Pololo Koshon Tasa. Within our own instrument, the Minkata Tosho Allah is our own Pekala. So once we sustain the suitable degree of the transformation by the alien creator, we will formulate into the convocation of Etese Agana Kototo. Within that matter of time, our own Pekase of our own Afre Eke Koshon is Teteche Koshon of the Warcraft, based upon our own Cypron. Within that matter of time, when we can apply for 31, 26, 31, 26, 55, 31, Apache 13 mod rewrite rules, 13 degree 59, 4 cells, and Teche, and 8 cells, 1 proportion. The Ripa will mark out the Kushon Ananana of Illige Kushashan Ananane. The majority of our own law is that we will ishishi, the own Pakatasa, and to sustain to Patuso. Limi Kanana Kanana, Bala Kosho Tolo. So within that matter of time, we will separate and then occur Karashara. So within that matter of time, the next epic Ketrasai Anana is the Dengare Korolo Kurjo. The majority of our own instrument is that once we Pekka Kasan Kana is our own Piketsan Kanana Kolo. Emily Rose Pede Koro Koshon. Emily Rose Pede Karesne Kana. Emily Rose Pede Rese Karasasan. Emily Rose Pede Se Korosho Kanana. Emily Rose Perising Karakasangatocho. Emily Rose Perikase Karakasang Karala. Emily Rose Penikase Karakashong Tatasasa. Emily Rose Penikasa Kono Anagasa. Emily Rose Perikase Kananakana Karasa. Emily Rose Pengani Korasase Konoshon. Emily Rose Temangani Karashang Karasa. Emily Rose Menagrising Koroshon Karana. Emily Rose Menung Koroshon Koroshon. Emily Rose Benangri Koroshon Darala. Emily Rose Pitire Koroshon Dadase. Emily Rose Benangri Korono. Emily Rose Benangri Korono. Emily Rose Benangri Sisson Koroshon. Emily Rose Benangri Koroshon. Emily Rose Manangaranong Doro Manana. Emily Rose Beresisi Corrosion Nanganana. Emily Rose Magari. No. Who's that lawyer in Emily Rose? You know. So in that in that matter of time, when we can apply for 31 to say no. That's all we can do. So I was looking for Dr. T in relation to Abergahasa, the mod rewrite Kurisi of Twihe Goshant and Tatan. So Imi Kota Gala and Kototo Kasasa Katata. Dibikese Kononongari Tisai, Monongana. Thank you, Jesus. Daba Kasa.